So we have a box back from CGC. It's a 25 book pre-screen, and it's not as heavy as I would like it to be. Let's see how many books we came back. Up next on this video from Bronzeville Comics. Hello, panelologists. This is Jim from Bronzeville Comics coming to you with another video. And before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out the description of this video for links to my eBay store, my email, my whatnot, my Instagram. So I sent out a 25 book pre-screen. I actually sent out two. So I have another of these videos to do. Two 25 book 9.8 pre-screens. All books from the 80s and 90s. And it's not a full order. So we're going to see how we did, and I'm going to take a look at my notes. So we're going to go through the books and where I got them and what their significance is and whether I'm keeping them or selling them. You know, when I pick up collections, I go to shows, I talk about save, sell, slab, spec. So the slab's already done. So we're going to save or sell or spec on these. And one of them was a theme that all the books were from the same run. But of course, I don't know, who knows, the CGC could have done in the past, they like mixed two of my orders together. I don't know. So we'll see. It had me all sorts of confused when I came back. But, okay. We'll get the box open. Okay, we got the little bubbles in there. I'll put it on the floor over here. Oy. Okay. An invoice. Okay, so this looks like this is the first one. So this is a mixture of books. And so, let's see, which way is up? There are a few in here. Oh, I think I got about half of them back as 9/8. And I did have some notes that, you know, some were clean, some not so much. So let's take a look at the books. Okay. Our first book is, oh, very nice. Very nice. This is one of the books when I was looking at the list. I'm like, oh, this would be a good one to get back. Toxic Avenger #1, 9.8 white pages, and it's a newsstand edition. So this, you know, we do have that movie. It's coming up in August. Peter Dinklage playing the Toxic Avenger, kind of the reboot that has been kind of in the can for a couple of years ago. They were unable to get a distributor because supposedly it was too violent. But this one, I found this. Where did I get this particular book? I got it in a collection. I got a collection actually last year, about a year ago. Now, I should say that these CGC orders took about 2.5 months to come back, which is in line with their current published turnaround times. So that is nice. Toxic Avenger #1 in a 9/8. White pages. I was actually looking up the value of that book today, and it is, at one point, there were 3 sales in like March of 2022 for over $1,000. That's not the current fair market value of the book. You know, that was comic boom times. And I also think Peter Dinklage had just been attached to the project. Okay, what's next? Boom. Spider-Man #1. Silver edition, 9.8 white pages. This is not as big a book. This came in a collection from a few years ago that I finally got to process. So, yeah. I think this might be just shy of $100, but it is a popular book. It's, I mean, you want either the gold newsstand, the newsstand, the gold newsstand, or the platinum. I'm not sure in that order. Or the gold lizard or the blue lizard. But CGC, there's one of them they don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, that's 2. Our next book is, and those I both had my notes as clean, is, this is useless, Morbius #1, The Living Vampire. I had a dot on the back cover, but I bought this for $1 at the flea market. You know, that was the only note I had on it. course, this was a much bigger book leading up to the movie. It's one of those books like, why did I submit that? I think that's a fairly inexpensive book in a 9.8. Up next, none of those are PC books just yet. This is very nice. This is one I've been hunting for. This will be in the PC. And I picked it up. It was heavier, and that's what I thought it was. This is Marvel and DC present, featuring focus the X-Men and the Teen Titans #1. I think the actual official title of that is longer. It is a Walt Simonson wraparound cover. I did actually just sell a 9.6 of this, but this is going in the PC. I got this at the Clifton show a couple of years ago for $10. So there was the bindery. There were a little bit of bindery issues, but I guess that was overlooked enough. So that's a good one. Oh, I know what I want. I know what I want this next book to be. If you're going in semi-order in this submission, not this one. Gen 13 #1, Gen 13 Limited Series #1. This is I think, is this the first cover artwork by J. Scott Campbell? It is a J. Scott Campbell cover. This is his Gen 13 was his baby. I got this at the Stormville Flea Market for $2. And unfortunately, I think I missed out on one of the books I thought was, slight blunt on the bottom. That I had as clean in my notes. And then the next book up is, I saw it, Akira #2. This I picked up at, I got a batch. I got numbers 1 through 5 of this at the flea market for $25 for all 5 issues. So, I also submitted the other 3 issues, but that's not what we have here. Okay, the next batch of books, and this is going to be a shorter video than I wanted it to be. Oh goodness, that's it. Holy mackerel. That was a disaster. 1, 2, 3, 6. Yikes. The rest are raw books. And of these, I had a lot of clean books, especially those Akiras. That is, 2, 4, that is bad. This is, oof. I thought I got about half of them back, according to, what I paid. No bueno. No bueno whatsoever. That's like the, there's a certain point where you, now, not happy. Not happy. So I'll just go through these books. I had these, So, Akira #1. This one I wanted, Lobo #1, newsstand. The bottom is slightly blunted. I do see some ticks that kind of came back. That I might resubmit. This I had Firestorm #35. This is the first Weasel. The first Stephanie Brown is Spoiler. Frank Miller Daredevil. I thought this was pretty clean too. Maybe there's a slight bend. This, again, slightly blunted bottom corner. Maybe. And then this I've submitted a couple times. I've thought this has been clean. Amazing. Yeah, I had this as clean. Amazing Spider-Man 237. CGC. Are they getting tougher on their 9.8 grading? So, we'll look up fair market values on all those and talk about that. And should be the rest of the Akiras, and wow. Again, I thought we had some clean stuff here. X Factor 24. X Factor 6. This I thought was clean. That was actually, I did have a little note on that. X Factor 1. This I cracked out of a 9.2. I see a tick in there. Not color breaking. May have been some reversion. I wanted this one. There was some rub on the bottom of the back. First stuff. This one, yeah. Yeah, there were. This one I've been chasing. And then the First Infinity Gauntlet. This First Brother Blood. And then the First Full Omega Red. So some of those I'm just going to punt on. Some I'll resubmit. So that was one of my weakest pre-screens. We may be able to compare it to the other box that I'm going to open. So, yeah, not much to say. The best book in there was that Toxic Avenger book, and the Akira wasn't bad, and then the Marvel DC Present, which I'm going to keep. Fortunately, I didn't spend much for the books that are in here. So, you know, we'll see if we can... we'll see what we might want to try to resubmit or just kind of stay with what we got. That was disappointing, I must say. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by. You can take a look at a couple of my other videos here. And this is Jim saying until next time, enjoy your comics.